everybody. Welcome back to the NerdNest podcast. I'm your host, Bill Fairchild. We have a more than full crew today. We got the full regular crew, but we're also joined by Jimmy Champagne from Deck Ready. How's it going, Jimmy?
Great. I got my controller finally, like an hour and a half ago. So I've been using it since to just like get something together for this. So that kind of worked out.
Awesome. And then Rich, you just got yours as well, right? Well, did you beat Jimmy or did Jimmy beat you?
I think I got it while I was out getting pizza. And so I think when I actually loaded it up was about 45 minutes ago. So Jimmy's had a little bit more time than me. I pretty much just got through the installation, the firmware, all of that stuff, and then loading up 2 games. And I'll talk about those in a little bit.
Yeah, I also got nothing.
I know. I feel so bad. I don't even.
Scary was when you posted a non-screenshot of your tracking information. You're like, here's what they've sent me so far, and then it was nothing.
Or Valve is thinking about packaging up my Steam controller. That was a good one too.
Yeah, one day.
What time did your order go through?
3. No, sorry. 1. I got in at
like
1.
right at 1, and they're just like,
yeah.
Oh,
that's great.
Well, we'll do this one and then.
I remember. I apparently got in early, but I know it opened up like 5 minutes early or something because I know a lot of people. Yeah. And I got in when I looked. I also started doing it at 2:59, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, sweet. And I breezed right through. I was like, oh, that was easy. And then I posted about it, and someone was like someone was having problems, and at like 1:01, and my picture was there already, and they're like, a tale of two whatever. And I was like, oh, sweet, I got in early. Not early enough.
Yeah,
apparently.
Well, that guy who's not early enough is Kerry Gollum, a.k.a. the Fox. We already heard from him. Russ, you've been sitting there very quiet. He's had his for a while now.
Yeah, it's all old hat at this point, But I ordered another one, but I was like 15 minutes late because I was having that payment processing problem that a lot of people were having. So it came in like 15 minutes in that I finally like clicked enough to get it. And that got delivered today at the house. So I still have my review unit here. But I heard from some people, I don't know if you guys heard this, but like you can go through SteamDB and then it'll show the sale a little bit earlier, and then you can go into it, and that's how some people were getting early orders in. So
that's how
I don't know how that works, but I read about that.
You can use SteamDB to add to your cart. So like it wasn't that you can.
That's what it is.
Right, you can add to your cart, and you can do other ways to add to your cart. It's just that SteamDB made it more convenient. By the way, I know we're probably not going to talk about it, but I feel as a person that does not expect to get a review unit, I feel obligated to say that Kerry and Jimmy should have gotten review units.
I agree.
I think you should have gotten one, Rich.
Yeah, I agree.
I can see why I did not get a controller myself personally. I
haven't made a video in 6 months. So,
yeah, but you're still fan the deck.
Fair, but I think it's okay. I think for certain Jimmy and Kerry should have gotten a Steam controller.
I think Jimmy should have gotten one over me for sure, and be like, I'm the performance guy, right? Like, so like, what the hell?
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, what are they going to really care? Like, I do care about D-pads a lot, but no one really sees that stuff. Like, generally, I'm not known for that at all, but I am a D-pad snob, but no one really knows that. So like, I'm not upset with it because it doesn't. Yeah. Now, if they skip me on the Steam machine and Steam Refrain, then I know I did something really wrong.
Right.
And I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to a friend of the show, Bob Wolf, and he and I were talking about Jimmy not getting one, and we were both just kind of like aghast. We were like, what? Like his whole thing is Steam hardware.
Everyone was messaging me like, after I had already gone over it, right? Because, I was like, well, it doesn't matter because if I put my video up at the same time as everyone else, it wouldn't do as well. So, like, if I go a little bit later, it'll be fine. Then I get a message from another YouTuber, and I'm like, you're just opening up the wound. I was like, I'm over it. I'm past it. I ordered it. We're all good. And I ended up forcing my friend Jake, who runs Game Ranks, to just review it for me. I got on Riverside with him and then just asked him questions. And that worked out. Because he was like totally open. He was like, yep, all right. And I'm like having him manipulate it and stuff. So that was my Hail Mary little fix there.
There's a good video. I watched it a little bit ago.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a genius idea. I love that. That's to get
I was like talking to him
for you.
I was making a thumbnail for it, but then I was like, wait a minute, I've got an idea. And he was like, yeah, I'm down. He's like, I got time.
Well,
so big shout out.
Let's talk about that. And yes, shout out to Jake Baldino. It was very nice of him to do that. let's talk about the ordering snafu, and that is absolutely what it was, because Valve had this figured out with the Steam Deck. Like, you just placed your order, and then you just got in line and waited. And then when yours was ready, they shipped it to you. Why did they do it this way, where they ran out of stock? And I never understand when companies do this, because all it ever does is help the scalpers. Like, scalpers made a bunch of money on the Steam controller because they were selling for $400. If you're buying a Steam controller for $400, you're part of the problem. What do you guys think about this?
That's nuts. You're paying as much as, like, well, not anymore, but a PS5 digital edition or like a Switch 2 for a controller. That's crazy. Like, just wait. It'll come back in stock. I don't know.
Well, what do you think about, Jimmy, what do you think about the idea that Valve had a solution figured out with the Steam Deck? What do you why'd they change their minds?
I'd love to hear from someone at Valve what their thinking was. Like, it seems like they thought that this thing wasn't going to be popular. Like, maybe, you know, a few people will show up to buy it. We got enough. And then, oh no, it's popular. But like, it's positioned for multiple operating systems between, you know, Bazite, CachyOS, SteamOS, Windows. I just feel like you predict that a lot of people will show up. They definitely should have had that reservation system. And the one they set up today, they should have just had that from the jump.
Right. It's good that they're learning. You know what I mean?
And so the one they have today, should we talk about that one?
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. So yeah, tell me about it.
So it says beginning May 8th, right? So it's today. We're recording this on May 8th. They're going to open a reservation queue for the Steam controller. Once you reserve, your place in line will be saved. And when we go back in stock, order emails will be sent in the same order that reservations were made. So you don't have to pay what to get in the reservation queue, as far as I can tell. But it gives you that opportunity now to be in the queue. And then once your turn is up, you then pay, and then you can get it. And you have 72 hours to make that purchase. And, you know, interestingly, people that already ordered a Steam controller, and it doesn't say if you ordered two, but either way, you ordered a Steam controller, you cannot order another one through this method, at least for now.
And I just went to see because I haven't bought, like, I tried to buy it on the day of. I couldn't get one. Like, it just kept doing the refresh game. And eventually I was just like, I'll just wait and I'll buy another one later on. Even though I had already put $100 or $115 into my Steam wallet to get ready for it. But anyway, I just went to go see, can I buy one right now? And the reserve thing is still up. And I was half expecting that the reserve thing would like fill up again and then they would shut it down. But it's still going. And I'm sure that thousands upon thousands have been ordered today.
I think from a business standpoint, this is just smart. They should have done this in the first place to get an idea of how many of these things they need to manufacture, you know. And so it is kind of strange that they were just going to do it like at a just-in-time sort of supply chain as opposed to getting an idea of interest first.
They should have done it months ago.
Yeah, they could have.
Well, yeah, like within a month, I say. But like, yeah, I just checked and it says I can't even get into the reservation screen. It's like, you got two. Get the hell out of here.
Do they think your name is Carrie?
Yeah. You already have one. I was like, I got none.
I did have a few comments where people were mad that I was trying to order one because I have a review unit. And I was like, well, I want to have two so I can play multiplier.
I'm going to put one at the house.
There's a lot of sour grapes out there. And, you know, that's the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you saw it too, Carrie.
I mean, I got lots of things. I posted about it and I was just like, hey, I got my order in. And everyone was like real upset. They were, well, not everyone, but a lot of people were like, not me. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. And then like other people were getting their thing. And then I was like, oh, let me see where it was. Like, oh, nope, not even packaged up yet. And people were like, well, at least you got to buy one. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I had one. So the night before it came out, Jimmy did a tweet that said, hey, put it in, like, put some money in your Steam account ahead of time, your Steam wallet, you know, that way it's going to just take one additional thing you don't have to do that day. And so Jimmy, we've already talked about it, but like he used an AI image on accident because he wasn't like,
I don't know how I did that.
Yeah, it was a cool looking controller.
I made the controller. I like literally I cut that controller out from a white background with the pen tool. I put it on a Half-Life wallpaper. I did the the cool little orange glow and everything. Tweeted it. Went back to the Blender project I was working on. And I checked my Twitter. I was like, that is interesting. I don't know, but
yeah. Well, to be fair, I retweeted it without even noticing myself. So because I was just reading what you said, and you said put money in your Steam wallet, and I was like, that's good advice. So I retweeted it, and I got some comments afterwards where people were like, "Well, thanks a lot, Russ and Jimmy, because I wasn't able to order a Steam controller." I'm like, dude, that had nothing to do with whether or not you had money in your Steam wallet. That was actually removing an extra layer of the checkout process for you. So. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, the whole point of that is to not get your debit card locked.
Yeah,
people thought it made it go through quicker, but like when I was trying to order my limited OLED, my stupid debit card got locked out. So I was like, next time I'll add money to my wallet.
Yeah, so that doesn't happen. I had the same problem with the original Steam Deck, the Steam Deck LCD, where it was just like it tried too many times on the same card, and then my card was unable, and then I just couldn't. Basically, I was locked out for like 2 hours. So. Yeah, that was
try again later, over and over and over again. I had put the money in my Steam wallet in anticipation for this, but I only put in $100, and then I saw Jimmy's tweet, and I was like, tax! Oh my God, tax! So then I ended up putting in the extra $15 to make sure that I covered the tax, and I was like, ooh, thank God I dodged that bullet. And then the bullet was nowhere near me because I couldn't click the button and buy it. Anyway, that's okay. Now I just got $115 and I can buy games. And
yeah, that's what I did. So I put in $125 because I was like, maybe there's going to be extra shipping for Hawaii, And so then it wasn't. It was like $105 overall. But then I had $20 and I was like, oh, well, Mixtape is out and it's $20, free game. It's kind of what it felt like.
All right, I'm seeing some of the weirdest criticism about Mixtape because it got such rave reviews, so it almost feels like there's a contrarian voice that has arisen from that, and people are just ragging on the animation like it's like Spider-Man, and I'm like, that's an aesthetic and it looks fine. Like, why this just reads like you just want to be mad at something. Like what are you even doing?
If somebody tells me, hey, this looks like Spider-Man, I would be like, oh, that's awesome, because I love the animation in Spider-Man.
It's in like 3 movies. It's not overdone at all. It's in 2 Spider-Verse movies and a Ninja Turtles movie that no one saw. So like
it's also fairly genius, right? Because like in a lot of games, like especially like when you have a lot of characters, you actually want to slow down their animation to the ones that are in the background because it's just too heavy. So if you just have an art style where that's just the default, you're like, man, this game can run perfectly on a bunch of machines. I like that thought process because you're like, my buddy who's a writer, when he started writing his book in the early like mid 90s, he had developed enemies in his book that had smooth surfaces and angular stuff, and it was just like, PlayStation 1 can't render a bunch of polygons, so I need to make a character that looks smooth. Like, that was his main reason, was like, oh, if this ever becomes a game, it's going to be easy to render these dragons, like, that's realistically. Yeah.
Forward thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it looks fine. It reminds me of South of Midnight in its kind of overall style, which I think is fine. Yeah.
It's like 3 hours. There's a lot of people responding to reviews like, can someone comment on the gameplay, please? And it's like, there's a 2-hour refund window and the game's 3 hours. Like, just try it. You don't have to be scared of a game.
Yeah.
I love Annapurna games. Rich and I often talk about this. Like, when we're like, Annapurna, I find is like almost like as the Devolver Digital of like AA games. And Devolver Digital is like distinctly indie. I want to say like they're more in the like, I want to say that Annapurna is like, artsy, pinky out
art house games, right?
Like A24 of games.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I will say Annapurna, I believe, is the one that like let go of their entire staff, isn't it? So like,
it's recent, right? Like,
yes. It's
what
recent.
happened with all?
So like, we're on a tangent of a tangent, but what happened is they went to form another studio or no, so that, and it's a publisher, right? So they are like they're like curating. So they do have another studio. I forget what it's called. I'm hoping that Annapurna is the one. But yeah,
it is. Studio. I remember this.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, bouncing back between 12 tangents that we just went through, we're back talking about Steam controller. Jimmy, you've had it in your hands now for a whole hour and a half. What do you what's your top, like what comes to mind right now?
It's a Steam Deck without the screen, but the bumpers are really good. I watched every review. I watched all your guys' videos except Carrie, and and I don't know if it just didn't connect with me, but I feel like I want to make a big deal about the bumpers because I've had so many problems with Steam Deck bumpers where like that little tab that gets depressed when you push the bumper gets pushed back and they get mushy. I don't feel like that's going to happen with this thing. So immediately I was like, bumpers are good. I like having rumble that you can feel. I was playing Forza Horizon 5 and I could feel like the road under my tires. I was like, that's sick.
Oh, that's cool.
And it mapped automatically to the right trackpad a free camera, because if you guys never played Forza Horizon, the right stick is like the most magnetic camera ever. So if you're trying to do a drift and like make a cool angle, it's like warps. But the trackpad's like a free camera, so you can make these cool drifting angles when you're recording yourself. So I thought that was sick. I tried it on my SteamOS PC. It was flawless. I tried Diablo 4 there, and I mapped some stuff, like some hotkey stuff to the back buttons. That was seamless. And then I came down here and plugged my other one into my Windows PC. It's totally seamless. And yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I don't know if it was in the recording, I tried Battlefield and set up gyro so that it's like 80% of the movement is the stick, and then the last 10% or 20% is the gyro. And that was like really accurate. That game, I have a love-hate relationship with the shooting in that game because it totally depends on the gun, but I was nailing shots in the shooting range. So I feel confident enough to go into a match of breakthrough or something. So obviously I need to spend more time with it, but first impressions are A-okay.
Russ said something in our private Discord that I thought was really interesting. He said, once I put my took my reviewer hat off and just started playing with it. You want to finish that thought, Russ?
I don't remember what I said, but I can tell you what I think.
Go.
Yeah, so it's a good controller. It's just good standard controller to me. You know what I mean? Like it's just blended in seamlessly with my life at this point. Like I just pick it up and I forget that it's a Steam controller. It's just my controller now at this point. And that's why I bought a second one, because I was like, I want one in the house and I want one here because I want to be able to show it in videos, but then also I don't want to have to take it back and forth all the time. So yeah, I don't know what I said. Was that similar to it?
Yeah, it was pretty much it. Okay. Yeah. Rich,
yeah, it's good.
You've had it for about 45 minutes now.
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
So far, I'm digging it. So like the trackpads and the reach of them feel a lot more accessible and ergonomic than they do on the Steam Deck, where I didn't necessarily feel comfortable playing the trackpads or even the D-pad. I had some problems with the D-pad, and both just positionally feel better than the Steam Deck do. Also, they worked out the kinks by now, right? So like as soon as I updated everything, Windows mode just works. So like I can use the trackpad. It does the left trackpad is like a scroll wheel. So if you move in a clockwise motion, it scrolls down, and you move in a counterclockwise motion, it scrolls up on like a tab, your Windows or whatever. So that's fun. And the D-pad, I'm not sure yet. Again, positionally, it's in a good place, but I started, a little bit of Street Fighter, and I'm not sold just yet. I need to play some more and see like where I land on that. Maybe I'm a little bit biased from my experience with the Steam Deck and its D-pad, it's better than that. It's much better than that, but I'm looking for like excellent D-pad, and I'm not sold just yet. But it's only been 45 minutes, so I need to play some more.
For somebody like me that doesn't play fighting games other than like Smash Brothers, the D-pad is perfectly fine. I have no complaints about it. That's what I'm going to use. We talked about this a million years ago, and Carrie basically mined that we would, brush all the other controllers off our desk and into the trash and have this instead. I'm probably not going to do that because I do like to use certain controllers for certain things, but I'm going to be reaching for this almost every time. It's probably going to be this and my leverless as the two controllers that I'll probably be using the most. And now I just have all these other controllers in here that I guess I'll hold on to them for videos, because most of the time they're not going to get used, because this is it's almost perfect for me. It's not perfect for everybody, but it's almost perfect for me.
Bill, you say almost perfect. What do you feel? Because you've had some time with it now, quite a bit of time. What do you feel is lacking?
So, okay. My biggest gripe with it is, and the thing I was worried most about is that I wouldn't be like reaching down and putting your right thumb on the trackpad and then being able to reach the triggers. That's no problem. My biggest gripe with it is the placement of the Steam button. And I know that sounds stupid, but you have to reach over the stick to hit it. And I'm like, they could have solved this so easily by putting the Steam button just above the quick access menu button instead. I think that would have been, that's my biggest gripe. Other than that, I think that, Jimmy said that there's Rumble and there is Rumble. But as far as Rumble goes, it's not. I mean, you pick up a DualSense and you're like, whoa, this Rumble is insane. And then this one is like, it has Rumble, which is huge for Valve because they have previously been allergic to Rumble.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like for me, it's just like I identify, it's got some rumble on it. Like that's enough for me. Like I don't really pay too much attention to it, like the HD versus not and stuff. I will say the thing that bothers me about it, the one thing that every time I pick it up, I'm like, I wish this was better, is the back buttons. Like they're just so easy to press on accidentally. That's like the one thing that still bothers me.
The bottom ones for me. Like
I love the back buttons.
My pinkies were hitting them, but I liked it. I set the drift button to the right top back one, and that was awesome.
Those are in a good position. Yeah,
I have been using the back buttons nonstop, and I feel like this is the first time where it's clicked for me, and I'm using all four. In the past, I've only ever used two, and it's usually been the top two. But these are just so comfortable where they are, and I never get spurious inputs. They only push when I want them to push. I think that they've nailed the back buttons on this.
The Steam Deck back buttons are like a tad out of reach, but for my hands, it worked out well. These are really close, and for me so far, just when I was playing Street Fighter and practicing a couple combos, I did have to consciously don't hold the controller too hard, which is probably also a me problem, right? Like when I'm playing Street Fighter, I'm probably holding the controller a little too sweaty. Yeah, exactly. And being a tryhard. But yeah, I think for me, it is a little too easy to press them.
All right. We got a few questions. I went to my review video, my first impressions video, and I went through and I just said, show me some questions that people asked. And I figured that I could ask you guys what you think. SF42 says, how is L3R3, the sticks, the clicking in the sticks? I find these on the LCD Steam Deck to be too hard to press compared to a DualSense or Xbox controller. Jimmy, what do you think?
It was fine in Battlefield. That's all I've tested with it because you don't use it in Forza. I'm pretty sure you don't even use it in Diablo. Now that I think of it, so
I don't think so.
It worked fine in Battlefield. I knifed.
So I have. Oh, go ahead.
I knifed a target. I was like.
So I've got an Xbox controller. I just reached and grabbed an Xbox controller. It is like 10% harder to press down on. Like it's just a tiny difference that I can feel between the two. So the Steam controller is a little bit stiffer.
Xbox one is harder?
No, the Steam controller one is a little bit harder to press down on. Just a tiny bit. This is me like getting really peak nitpicking right here. I think it's gonna be fine. Yeah.
Do you think that that's because the Xbox controller is older and it's more worn?
How often do I use this controller?
I don't know.
Not a lot. I had this thing for like 3 years. I got too many Xbox controllers. I've probably only put maybe 10 hours into this thing. And it's a little bit softer. Just a tiny bit. Like that's me like full peak nitpicking right there.
What about you, Rich?
I don't notice a difference with this. I think it's easier than Steam Deck, I guess I would say, but I don't notice a difference from my everyday controllers that I use.
All right.
Yeah, it's easy.
Joshua Walker says, they asked about Rumble, and I already kind of covered Rumble. So let's move on to Kind Panda. They said, does it have audio via USB-C? I wanted to test this. I looked everywhere here in the Nerd Nest, I cannot find my little USB-C to 3.5 millimeter headphone jack dongle, so I cannot test it. Russ,
I'm
did you have a
writing
chance
that down.
Oh, okay.
I hadn't tested it. I hadn't even thought of it. I feel like if that was a thing, then Valve would have said it's a thing. You know what I mean? But we haven't seen anything about that. It's quite a hidden feature if that was. You know what I mean? So no,
right. The only reason that I mean, obviously the reason I ask is because Kind Panda asked, but the reason that I think it's possible is because you can do that on the Steam Deck.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I feel like they made a very deliberate decision not to put it pass through audio or anything like that because of signal interference, basically, to try to give you the best latency and not have any sort of issues when you're using Bluetooth and everything else. And so just another data stream from that controller probably would have caused issues. So that's my guess, is they probably didn't do it.
Fair enough. All right. And then the last question that I pulled out of there, Harry Arango says, I'm a bit confused. I'm planning on getting the Steam machine mostly for emulation. Would the Steam controller work with the Linux emulators, or am I better off on a different controller? Hearing odd things about how this controller works outside of Steam. Russ, you're the emulation guy. Have you tried it with emulation?
I have. Yeah, I just put Emulation Station Desktop Edition through, added as a non-Steam game, so I'm just playing it through Steam. Fine, absolutely no issue. It's going to be the same as the Steam Deck was when trying to use EmuDeck, where it needs to configure all the controllers for you. It's going to do all that for you. And so my guess is that maybe you have to go in and map your controller that first time in the emulator itself, but after that, it'll be fine. Yeah, I don't think there'll be any issues when it comes to that, especially if you're using on the Steam machine. So you're going to be running it through Steam anyway. It's just a matter of mapping at that point, just at one time.
Yeah, and I think Linux out of the box has native. I haven't tried it on Linux yet, but has native drivers, right? So all of that, whether you're using SteamOS or Cache or other things that have an up-to-date kernel, it should run natively. Yeah.
Yeah, all the problems I talked about last week where you can go into gamepad or desktop mode in the desktop configuration and Windows does not recognize it as an actual gamepad at the system level. That actually does get recognized at Linux at the software or the system level. And so you're going to be fine with that.
Yeah, and
I did
also
not know
whatever doesn't work for some reason, Steam controller is one of those things that a lot of people are going to work towards making compatible on free and open source software.
Yeah. So Bill, if you go open up Windows and you have your Steam controller plugged in and you minimize Steam, and then you try to bring up the gamepad, I forgot the CLA or whatever they call that, the control panel app that will recognize gamepads. Even if you have it in gamepad mode where you press start and hold it and it goes bloop and it says gamepad mode, it won't recognize it. And so it's still a thing that's happening in Windows. And I tried to convey that in both of my videos, but I didn't do a very good job describing it according to the Steam controller subreddit. So
yeah, I knew that happened in Windows. I didn't know. I just thought that just happened when you weren't in a game. So the fact that it just works on Linux, on all of the Linuxes, well, all of what the hell is the plural of Linux?
Distros is what
Linux.
Linux. All of the distros of Linux, or the Linux. That's very interesting to me that it just has those built-in drivers so it can pretend to be a gamepad, even though it's a mouse and keyboard that's shaped like a gamepad. But then when you're in Linux, it pretends to be a gamepad. That's cool. It's very cool. All right. Last thing about the Steam controller before we move on, and we'll have some more Linux news in a second. They released the CAD files so people can just start printing stuff, and man, I cannot wait to see what people come up with. First off, I don't think you can 3D print it and make it feel good, but I want a more rubbery, grippy shell. Do you know what I mean? That's something that I want. And then the other thing that I want, because now I've watched your full video, Russ, I want a dock for this thing. And you said that there's one that who was it? He's on the show before. Siri?
Yeah, Siri Mechanism. Yeah, he actually already put up the 3D printed files. So if you got a 3D printer, you could make your own dock now.
You can go to the library. I just learned this.
Yes, I learned it from you, Jimmy. Go ahead.
I learned this from Jake. who learned it from our friend Andrew. But most public libraries, I guess, now have a
No
3D
way.
printer where you can just pay per filament
That's
that you use
insane.
instead of like ink. Yeah, I was like, that's actually cool. So I'm gonna go check my library and see if I can print that out. Because I have a resin printer, but I don't want to waste resin on like. Well, honestly, that might be cool. Like a resin Steam Deck. I might have to do that. I got like see-through green resin.
That's actually a good. Yeah.
That's sick.
Or like translucent. Like
And
I
then
don't know.
use it on your Xbox.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I should assume that most of the companies like, JSOX and all those other ones get files from Valve or whatever, or figure it out. But since those files are out, they're just like, hey, let's just use those. So then they can make, aftermarket cases and stuff. So you can get like Atomic Purple and all the other jazz.
Yeah, we're going to be swimming in aftermarket docks here soon, I'm sure.
Oh, so much. So many.
Yeah.
Carrie, do you have any questions that nobody in chat asked us about?
I mean, I talked to you guys about it already with gyro and stuff. No, it's mostly just for me. Like, I'm just going to. I mean, Russ's first video kind of disillusioned me on my whole grip fantasies for the controller when he was just like releasing it because it was always on, and I was like, that's not how it was supposed to be. So I know no real questions for me. I'm just gonna hopefully when I get mine, hopefully next week. I'll just start using it and just start, getting into gyro, hopefully.
What games
Well,
are
just
you
so you know, it's not always on unless you set it to always on. Like, you get to pick how it works.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. I mean, I'm going to play with it. So the games that I do plan on playing are because a lot of early Valve games, especially what was pretty funny to me is like when when Valve made 360 versions of Team Fortress 2 and they didn't do any analog magnetism. They didn't do any like how like a lot of games will make it so it's a lot easier for you to use a right analog stick.
It felt weird. Yeah.
Valve was just like, no, it's just like a mouse input. So I feel like that has always been the case. So I might play some Team Fortress 2, some Counter-Strike, some Half-Life, and start with those first because I feel like those, like Left 4 Dead, all of those games just have very, very like, no, you have a mouse and you should be using a mouse to operate on this. Instead of games that are trying to assist with aiming, I want to lean away from those and I want to kind of start with there. But I'm probably going to play some like Doom and stuff because there was for Doom Eternal, I was playing on hard, and I was able to successfully play on hard on a controller up until the Marauders came into it, and then I had to switch over to keyboard and mouse because then I was like, oh, I see. I'm so sorry. I see where this is.
A whole different ball game after the Marauders.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't say that.
Yeah.
I think that your little piece of like your little hope of grip sense, I think it still may come to pass because they are like in their official like how to use a Steam controller video, Valve showed off a menu where you could adjust things on grip sense, like the sensitivity and stuff. That's not there yet. Last time I checked on Steam, and I got a lot of flack for saying that it wasn't there because people were like, "No, it's in the Valve video." I'm like, "Not yet," But that might be a thing because for me, with my grip sense, when I was talking about pulling it off to be able to show a quick map, it's very sensitive, like to the point where it's just take it off a little bit, like reach for something and it would activate it. So I think if they can. If they dial that down, you might be able to still figure out a way to use it in a way that's going to work well for you. So that's what I'm kind of
why
hoping.
They're delaying to get it to me because they're waiting to patch that feature in.
Right. They're so closely watching your comments.
You don't even need to send it to them. We don't have it in there yet. And that's exactly what he wants it for. Let other people go ahead of him.
That was really nice of them to think of you like that.
Super
Carrie.
nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you guys have more questions about Steam Controller, let us know in the comments down below. But we're going to move on to our next topic, which also has to do with Linux because the PS5 has been hacked. So now you can basically run Linux on it. There are a few limitations, and I guess that has to do with memory allocation because Linux is designed around this idea that you would have RAM over here in two separate pools, and the PS5 is one pool of memory, and I guess that's causing some kind of problems, especially in like Pragmata and later areas. There was a lot of stuff. There was a sky rendering bug in Crimson Desert, but the results are pretty impressive, and it's crazy to me that. Like, I would expect this on a PS3 or a PS4 because it's so old. the PS5 is relatively new. It is current gen console, and somebody has found a way to get Linux on there, and I just think that is crazy. So my question to you guys, and I'm going to start with Carrie, because he hasn't had a chance to really talk much because of the controller thing. Just
controller
him
thing.
one more time. Would you install Linux on your PS5?
So actually, I've been looking for a PlayStation 5 that's hacked or can be hacked, and now prices are like, insane on top of being insane. So it's like, oh yeah, PS5 is like $1,000, so you should pay me $5,000 for this. And I'm like, I don't really want to do that. But yeah, so my main goal here, what's fascinating is RADV is so good on Linux that it's just running. I talked with Richard Ledbetter when he braided the thing. I was like, oh, sweet, you have and we got to talking. And I was like, for me, the main goal here would have been great because you basically have a means of directly comparing the PS5 to the Steam machine and then being able to be like, so this is what they are, compared to each other. And I think that's like a super valuable piece of information because from what we know, Steam machine should be actually a little bit less performant in some segments, but everything's GPU driven typically when we're talking about this. So the PS5 is going to win. Anything that's CPU bound, obviously the Steam machine will win. So I really find that part fascinating. And that was really what I wanted to go down. But yeah, it's really cool. It's just for versions 4 and 5, from 4 and 5 that are hackable, and getting this on there with all the stuff. But yeah, considering that it works, there are people that have there's places you can get them from AliExpress in China where the PS5s that basically weren't working got resold, and a lot of them were just the CPU cores and the GPU is disabled, but some of them I've learned actually have both. So I might just do that particular model instead of getting a PS5 because it's basically the same thing. So it's super interesting. I do want to buy it, but it's more for typically just making content. Like that's like my main goal. Would I get it outside of that? No, I wouldn't.
This is pretty much the same reason that you would buy a Steam machine because,
at that point you just
everybody. I mean, pretty much everybody here on the channel right now, we all have hardware that is more powerful than a Steam machine. So buying a Steam machine is clearly because we want to make content about it. We want to be able to talk about it and compare it to stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, so I don't know. It's an interesting thing. There's a small thing that I want to kind of mention here, and CashOS has really won me over a whole bunch. I absolutely love this distro. They really go all out with like tweaking everything. Like I was like, oh, let me see how far I can do this, and like I'm like, oh no, they did that. Oh no, they did that. Nope, they did that. I think the only thing that they didn't do was like EPP and like tuning stuff, which I've been working on, but. Really quick, and I'm sorry this is a tangent. Do you guys remember the whole handheld daemon fiasco with Bazite and all the other stuff going on?
Yes, sir.
So they were pivoting over to the new Steam Manager OS dbus that Valve is doing, and also Input Plumber, and all that stuff is disabled. So I put it on my GPD-Win Mini. I put CashOS on my GPD-Win Mini, and I started plumbing in everything. And I now have Ryzen Adjust plumbed into Steam OS Manager. So now it's actually straight into the Steam QEM. It's the quick access menu. You don't need Decky plugin at all. So I just have all this stuff like going. And like now what I'm doing is trying to do EPP modes at the same time. So it's like, oh, if I go to 15 watt on the GPU Win Mini, cap clocks at 2 gigahertz, I can just do all of this stuff in the background when someone just puts 15 watt. And it's like, oh, it's optimized. And then I'm like, this is actually far more awesome than I could have imagined. So I don't know, really cool. I love the direction of like all the other stuff that they got going. But CashOS has won my heart. I really like that OS.
I'm daily driving Cache on my laptop. Sorry, I'll finish that thought because it's a short one.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's wonderful. They recently did a improvement to Python. But they just used the tail color interpreter instead of default one. Just to show your point that like they're willing to tweak everything to make it faster.
Also, there was an exploit that released today, the copy fail thing. There was someone that released had to release it publicly. They were supposed to be doing it in the background, but someone had mentioned it, so then they had to talk about it. There is no patch for this, and CachyOS is like, we have the workaround, we're going to push it, and they did that today. So these guys are like banging on all cylinders. Like, I really, really recommend CachyOS.
Rich, I'm sorry, Russ, just real quick. Rich, when you said Python, did you mean Proton?
No, Python, a programming language. Yeah.
Yes.
My point being that they're looking at every little thing and tweaking it to find like what is the most performant of this thing that we can use.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Jimmy, you want to interrupt before Russ gets to go? Go ahead, Russ.
I will say, like I apologize if I do cut you guys off or anything, because there's a bit of a delay here in Hawaii, and so I feel like I'm like perfectly timed, and then when it comes out, I'm like, oh crap, I just cut someone off. Anyway, so the thing about the PS5 Linux that I wanted to bring up is that one, the OS firmware that you have to be on is 4.5, which came out in December 2021. So it's rare to be able to find a PS5 that allows you to do this, right? Like when I heard about this, I'm like, oh, I haven't turned on my PS5 in a while. Maybe I can do this, right? It's been a couple of months, No, like it's so. And then also the guy who did this is Andy Nguyen, who is the Flow. That's his like code name, right? So that's the guy who like basically broke open the PS Vita, like every cool thing you can do on the PS Vita, Adrenaline, which allows you to play PS1 games, all the jailbreak stuff, all that's him. He's also the guy who got.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, he I don't know. Sony might like him because he's the guy who got PPSSPP working on the PlayStation Portal, and then told Sony how he did it so that they could patch it. Basically,
that's cool.
So
That's amazing.
he has like done things like that where it's like, oh, this is a big vulnerability. Let me tell you guys about this.
They should just hire
maybe
him.
They like him. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of like how he's doing this other stuff
right,
too.
right. Yeah, give him a fee. Give him a finder's fee.
Yeah, but anyway, like just an amazing Sony like firmware guy, like just in terms of the things he's done on that platform, it's just amazing.
Well, for those of you that don't know, Jimmy, in addition to Deck Ready, he also has a channel called PS Ready. So this is like the perfect convergence for you, right, Jimmy?
Yeah. It was kind of fun talking about it. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do it because, I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I got like a bunch of Linux PCs already. But I was like, if you have the right firmware, this is pretty cool. And I like the fact that when you reboot the PS5, it just wipes it and puts it back into PS5 mode. So if you just wanted to mess around with it and like, download GTA 5 or whatever, one of those games that was working, you could be like, whoa, check this out. And then be like, okay, I'm done. I want to go back to PS5. Just reboot it. You're good to go. I thought that was sweet. Obviously, it'd be better if you could toggle that, but like,
right,
it's kind of an interesting limitation.
Yeah. I did want, like, I would love to do this. Not, I wouldn't say for content, but like more so for curiosity, right? To see this in action. The Flow is the GOAT basically, because he has, as Russ said, done this. Like, didn't he hack the PS3 as well? PS3, PS4.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was
I did that
fairly
hack. It was awesome.
You did? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like, I do want to see like Carrie, just like Steam machines pitted against each other. Imagine like the PS5 Steam machine versus like the actual Steam machine.
Exactly. I think that's, I mean, for me, I think that's like the biggest angle for me is like, so that we could just, if we put both, what's interesting is what Richard Ledbetter had done on Digital Foundry is that when he was doing his tests, he actually found that the PS5 on Linux, sometimes there's things that were just not rendering, so it was, getting better performance because it wasn't rendering crap. But sometimes you had a better experience on there even when it was rendering stuff. And that goes to show you just how like more fine-tuned like Linux can be and how good RadV actually is. It's just very impressive to see because you already know that these developers are already going pretty hard on the PS5. So to see that is really cool.
Can we just talk about how they got our PCS3 running flawlessly on it?
Right, yeah.
And Sony's like, yeah, we're never going to do that. We know you want to play the Resistance trilogy and Infamous 1 and 2 and Warhawk and Starhawk and Killzone 1, 2, and 3. But like, we're never going to do it. So, and then it runs great. I was like, God, that sucks. I wish they would just do it. And because like I have so many digital PS3 games because when they first started doing that, it was 10% cheaper. And I was like pretty broke when I was in college. So I was like, oh, that's sweet, 10% cheaper. And then it stops me from trading in my games. So I'd love to see PS3 in any fashion other than PlayStation Now streaming, which is horrendous. Yeah. But I was like, wow.
I don't get why these companies don't understand that by supporting their back catalogs, you make it so people are less likely to trade in games, which they hate when we trade in our games. Like, they don't want us trading in our games. So make it so that it's not beneficial to us. Make it so that, like, okay, you're still going to be able to play that. And when you have your digital games, when you buy digital games from company A, and then company A puts out a new piece of hardware, all of those digital games should be playable on the new hardware. The PC's been able to do it for forever, and it's crazy that there are some games that you just cannot play anymore. They essentially don't exist unless you can get this really old hardware, and nobody wants to have all of that other, like, I'm not going to say nobody. I'm sure that there's plenty of people that like to have piles of hardware everywhere, but I don't want to have a PS1, a PS2, a PS3, a PS4, a PS5, an Xbox 360, and so on and so forth. I don't want to have all that stuff. I just want to have the new stuff and trade out the old stuff. I
just don't like seeing it run that well, because it just shows that they're not doing it out of laziness. Right. You know, like,
yeah. RPCS3 is like, I mean, they've really been banging on all cylinders lately. I mean, like, the past 3 months, they're just like, oh, here's an awesome update. Oh, by the way, we're just even more awesome now. It's there. Oh, by the way, we automatically go to our wiki and automatically configure the game for you so it runs as best as possible. No problem.
It's so good.
Like, man, you guys have been, like, really banging on all cylinders over there, guys. Like, so RPCS3 is has been very good as of late insofar as, like, updates and really getting, even not just, like, simple, I don't want to say simple things, right? Like, a thing where it goes to the wiki and pulls stuff and isn't like a gigantic technical challenge. But then you had a guy that was like, hey, you know, if we do this stuff with SPEs, we can actually get 15% better performance. And it's like, oh, hardcore math that you've done. That's awesome. You've done that. Also the other stuff.
Yeah, and it's not just the powerhouse stuff. Like, that is even more exciting to see, the Killzone 2 being able to run that, something like that. But, like, man, would I love to play some Super Stardust HD in Tokyo Jungle just, like, from the copies that I have. Yeah.
It's so seeing it is painful for especially Sony faithful people to witness the PS5 being completely capable and just Sony be like, eh.
Yeah. It is really annoying, and that and their complete silence on literally everything all the time is, like, my two biggest issues with them. Like, that whole DRM fiasco, they waited over a week to be like, yeah, I mean, it's not really a big deal. I don't know why you guys are so mad. It's like, because you guys didn't say anything. Like, if it's not a big deal, you should have said something sooner.
Yeah,
exactly. All right. Let's move on. And, well, let us know what you guys think about whether or not you're going to be, like, if any of you have a PS5 that hasn't been updated since 2021.
If you don't have a PS5 that's updated, can I borrow it? How about that? Reach out to me. 1-800-FOX.
All right. So let us know in the comments down below, or call that phone number that's on your screen right now. But we are going to move on to our next topic. And that is, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about it on this. I had a feeling, lots of people had a feeling, that we were going to see, like, we've seen prices of Xboxes go up. We've seen the price of PlayStation go up. Lenovo systems have gone up. And we were like, you know what's next? The Nintendo Switch, Switch 2, sorry. The Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be the next thing. You would not believe how many people were, like, mad that we would suggest, or I'm not going to say we, because not everybody agreed that the price would go up, but that we would suggest that the price of the Nintendo Switch 2 would go up. Well, it went up.
You guys caused it. Good job.
You think it was? You think they were listening?
I was fighting against it. I was like, they're not going to do it. It would just be the Japanese model, 100%. Book it. And then Nintendo's like, F that guy specifically. Valve, don't send him a controller.
They had you up on the TV in the boardroom, and they're like, I don't know, these guys. Like, do you hear this?
Do you hear we should raise the price.
Got a wanted poster for you.
Yeah.
It was,
Go
It
ahead,
was the
Russ.
scarcity guy. It was the scarcity guy. He was like, that guy figured me out. And so he wrote a letter to Miyamoto. It was like, listen, please, can you, like he watches every word you say.
I do think it was a scarcity guy that came in there and he gave all the numbers. He's like, we actually only need to do a price raise on the Japanese model. However, if we raise the price, but say it's raising in September, we put this pressure on people that they have to buy it now. We don't really need to do it, but we're going to let them have it until September, a whole 4 months. So let them like kind of stew in that for 4 months, and that'll put pressure on them. I'm telling you, it's that guy. That guy, he's got his thumb on the scale of FOMO. He knows what he's doing, and I still contend that I should have been right, and I got robbed by him specifically.
Who is this guy? Is this a real person? Who are we talking about?
Carrie has an imaginary person that works at Nintendo that figures out exactly how much inventory that they need to make in order to make everything sell out without angering everybody.
Yeah, this guy, he's only had one, as far as I understand, he's only missed once, and that's with Animal Crossing Amiibo. He was way off the mark. I don't know if he had like an extra zero or someone added an extra zero on him, but they made way too many Amiibo, Animal Crossing Amiibos, and they had to get like really marked down in price to like get off shelves. Mm-hmm. But if you take a look at that dude, like, I mean, think about how many Amiibos just sold out like perfectly. It's like, oh man, I really want that. And it's like, oh well, too bad. You should have thought about that. You should have. But he just has pressure on people all the time.
I love how for us, I love how for us you're just telling a joke about a guy, but like for you, this guy is like real. Like
he's real.
He exists. I'm telling you, he's too good. Like, how could he constantly do it? This is not by happenstance. Right. This is engineered. Right. This guy is doing the numbers. That's their quant. That's his entire job. That's all he does is figures out how much inventory they need to do to have this perfect threshold of FOMO. And that's all he does.
He's like Nintendo's Satoshi Nakamoto, right? He's like the founder of Bitcoin, who's like super mysterious.
Yeah. Like that's totally him. Like he probably did Bitcoin as well in the background. Like he did that for funsies.
Yeah, we got to come up with a name for this guy, like FOMO Phil or whatever. I don't know. Like,
yeah. You know, it's probably something like his probably name's like Yoshi or something. Like they named a character after him, like they did for Kirby. We got to figure that part out. I'm going to go through that angle and figure it out.
Have you guys seen the Leon amiibo?
No. I haven't really paid much attention to
so
amiibo.
Dirty. It's insane.
Oh no.
Is his face real bad?
Now.
I have to like buy every Leon piece of merch, and I was like, I'm skipping that.
Oh yeah, that is atrocious.
It's so bad.
That's bad.
Right now, I can only see his waist because it's like on the AI slop. That's the thing that they focus. Oh no, what's her name? That's Grace.
She's also bad.
That is hair is bad. That's some bad hair.
His eyes.
I mean, for what it's worth, a lot of the amiibos are really well done. Mm-hmm. Like I appreciate them as just little statuettes. Mm-hmm. And when they were like $15, I was like, yeah, whatever, no problem. But then they started going up to like, I don't know, insane prices, and I just stopped paying attention to them until they go on like mega sale or fire sale, and then I pick them up. It's curious to me that Leon would be so horrendous.
Yeah, because I want him. It's the only one I've ever wanted to buy. So.
Yeah. That's Yoshi messing you over.
Screw that one up.
Yeah, he's like, I got to FOMO this, but also F that guy.
Yeah. That's his left hand work. He's like, Leon's going to look like shit.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, okay, so the price went up $50. I mean, the prices are different depending on where you are. So in the US, it's $50. It's now $500 for a Switch 2. In Canada, it went from $630 up to $679. In Europe, it went from $469 or $470 up to $500. And Carrie, you said that it went up in Japan, but not as much.
It did. No, it went up more. It went up 10,000 yen, so it's about like $63. So it's like the most expensive. Well, yeah, because they were also down to $330.
Yeah, they were the cheapest one, right?
That's why I always said that it had to be the Japanese model because it was the closest one to being at cost for Nintendo. And I really don't like when you look at European price increases, like €30. It's like, all right, whatever. Like, it doesn't feel like these prices are like, oh man, these tariffs are really hurting us. It's just like this small wiggle room. I'm telling you, it's Yoshi, man. I don't know.
Like looking
he's
at
there.
the Japanese only Switch 2, the one that is going up by 10,000 yen. With today's exchange rate, it's $319 right now before the price goes up. That's just such a good deal, you know what I mean, for people in Japan. That's crazy.
That's incredible.
They're not buying PlayStations. Like they did that special cheap PlayStation, and it like had a sales bump for a week, and then it just went right back down.
So with the Switch 2, when it came out, I bought it for $500 because it came with Mario Kart. And I played Mario Kart like nonstop for a week and a half, and then I haven't really played it since. Every once in a while, I'll play it with my grandson because he likes to it has the open world, so he can just drive around. But to me, this doesn't feel like a price hike because this is what I paid. And yeah, I got a game, but that's really what they should be doing. They should be packing in a game that, like, pack in an unpopular game or something just to get those. You got to bump those numbers up. You know what I mean?
Rookie numbers.
Yeah, rookie numbers. You got to pump those numbers up. That's the line. Sorry.
Like the wheelchair basketball game. Pack that in.
Well,
Or y'all forgot about that one.
Because I did forget about that one, but that one actually uses the Joy-Cons with their weird, where you do the thing.
That's like way too far. Like, I mean, like, they were like, we have to really look at that mouse thing. We need 2 games like that. And they're like, no, we'll make 1 and they'll use 2. Like, all right.
There was that tutorial they were charging for. They just throw that one in for free. We're all going to think about value out of that.
Yeah.
Listen, pack both of them in. The wheelchair game and Nintendo World Tour. Now we're talking.
And if they did that, I don't think they'd lose a dime. Like I don't think that they would notice any dip in sales of those games
at all.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Carrie?
I wish that they ported Nintendo World, the one that came with the Wii U.
The Wii U. God, that game was so freaking cool.
It was great. Yeah, I like the music. I feel like that's one thing that's really lacking. Oh, it's kind of like a bittersweet part of this, but there was someone that's leaving soon. He made Legend of Zelda.
Takashi Tezuka.
Tezuka. Yeah.
So, it's like you can see like we're close to the end of an era for like the hardcore Nintendo people that we all grew up with.
Yeah, I feel like, it's funny you bring that up because I feel like we are now, probably less so Jimmy because he's so much younger, but we're now at that age where all of the people that were like our heroes, like they're going to start disappearing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Where you're like, oh man, this actor just passed. And you're like, oh, I loved all of their stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's happening a lot more lately to me because I'm so very old. So Jimmy, you got that to look forward to.
No, I only like 80s movies, dude.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're living
John
with
Carpenter,
the rest of
Kurt
us.
Russell. Yeah. Yeah. But it's
gonna be brutal when Shigeru Miyamoto goes. That one's gonna hurt. That one's gonna hurt.
Well,
hush your mouth.
Yeah,
I know.
Well, with Tezuka leaving, we talked, I don't know, it was like 3 weeks ago. We talked about how A Link to the Past was like such a good game and we loved it so much. And he was the one who was the director of that game. Yep. He directed Super Mario Brothers 3 and he's retiring effectively June 26th. So I don't know. It's sad.
One thing about Nintendo and probably other Japanese companies like Capcom is they seem to be keen on like bringing other people up, bringing younger people up, right? So like Tezuka,
Koizumi.
Yes, I'm sorry, I don't know their names, but I'm guessing yes. But yeah, like I think is that Tezuka's like not apprentice, but like mentee, let's say.
No, Koizumi is like Miyamoto's like he's the guy who's in charge of Zelda now.
Okay, got it. But yeah, so I've heard so much about that, and so hopefully they continue to do that, and we just continue to have that pedigree that we've seen so far from Nintendo and Capcom making the comeback of the century right now in 2026.
Dude, Capcom, man. Yeah, Capcom is like holding up 2026 for me. They're the one group that I'm just like, man, Yes, thank you, Capcom.
Yeah.
For those of
Thank
you
you
that
so
don't
much.
know, the CA in Capcom actually stands for carry, because not
Yes.
you carry, but carry, because they are carrying everybody right now. All of their games are awesome, and
Yeah.
like everybody else is just shitting down their leg. It's ridiculous.
Never heard
I
that
just-
expression before.
We're gonna get the Capcom launcher here soon. Like that's the thing I'm
Yeah.
worried about. You know, like
Oh no, that would
like
be
when a
bad.
company does well, they go and they make their own launcher or something, and then all of a sudden
I think
you
they.
hate them. So.
There's so much evidence that they shouldn't do it, but I don't. Yes, it might happen, but like EA and Ubisoft, they tried and they came back.
Don't they have like an account system built in with Street Fighter that you have to use? I can't remember now.
They do. Fighter ID or something like that. I think Capcom, they must be one of the top publishers on Steam, right? And so I say that because they must already get the 15% rate,
Right? Yeah.
that nobody else gets. So like there's no real reason for them to have their own launcher to get, to cut that 15% down to zero, but to then cut their sales from 2 million down to 200K.
Yeah.
Right. I'm in agreement with you, Rich. I think that the only thing that if I were to offer as like a absolute criticism for Capcom games is when you have a bunch of DLC, they constantly alert you for every single one when you start the game.
Yeah.
It's like ba-doop,
Yeah.
ba-doop,
Yeah, you're
ba-doop,
not
and I'm like, come on, just make it one screen or don't do it at all. Like I'm almost being punished for having all this DLC. Please just let me get to the game.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
All right. Well, let us know what you guys think of Nintendo Switch prices going up, the retirement of legends, the people who have made the games that shaped us as human beings, and what you think the CA in Capcom stands for. But we're going to move on and talk about. Oh, what's up? Oh, Kerry was pointing at himself. I thought he was raising his hand.
Nope.
So let's move on, and I want to talk about Marathon.
Oh, yes.
Of the okay, I think just Jimmy and I are the only people that have played Marathon, right?
Yeah.
I played it.
I played
You
the
did
demo.
too, Carrie.
I own it on Steam, but like I played like 2 games and then I was like, eh.
Okay,
I played 47 hours and I'm like,
Whoa.
I don't
against
think I
my
played
will.
47 hours, but I played a lot. I really did enjoy what I was playing with it, but now every time I load it up, it's like waiting for a game for a really long time.
Yeah, when you get into games, if you get fast matchmaking, it's like MLG Pro lobbies, and you're playing against like Chris Kyle the sniper. It's unreal, dude. It's like
Yeah.
I've never had a game like this where I'll boot it up with my buddy, and we'll just get our. I was gonna say really bad swear word. We just get destroyed over and over and over again for like 3 hours, and then we're like, well, that was fun. See you next time. But I have to play it because my friend always plays weird esoteric multiplayer games for me, and he's like really into Destiny or Marathon. So I was like, okay. And then he's beating the compiler this weekend, so fingers crossed we're done after he finishes that, because that's like the final boss, I guess.
So you're not really a fan of the game, Jimmy?
I liked it when it had a bigger pool of people, where you get some helpless little baby boy just entering the game for the first time, and you could show him how it's done. But now that I'm playing against the pros of the pros, I do not like it, because like there's so much work that goes into this game. If you want to do the cryo runs on the weekend that are only open on the weekend, like you got to farm keys all week, and then when you're in the cryo map, and then you got your keys, and then some guy drops down from the ceiling and ends it, you're just like, that took a whole week. It's not like Arc Raiders where you can get pretty geared up in a couple matches. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
over
feel like they made a huge mistake making the cryo, whatever it's called, so high end, like only for the sweatiest of sweaty people, or the people who are playing for hours upon hours every single day. And I get why they want to do that, because those are the players that are the most engaged, most likely to spend money on microtransactions and stuff like that. But they're basically sweating out all of the casuals like me who just want to hop in and shoot some dudes and then hop back out. and it's just kind of killing the game, and that killing of the game is really hurting Sony, because they apparently have confirmed a 765 million impairment loss tied directly to Bungie, which has struggled since launching Marathon just 2 months ago. $765 million.
Yeah.
And so I'm learning, but Carrie, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like because you reported this to us earlier, so I'm thinking you might know. But an impairment loss, that sounds like they're writing it down, right? So like they bought it.
What the $3 billion?
Yes, they bought it for
what they value about Bungie. Yeah.
Exactly. So they bought Bungie for $3.6 billion, and what they're saying is now it's worth about 2.8.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I still feel like, you look at the CCU count of Marathon, and it's pretty bleak. Like, it's a full downward trend, and it's kind of like stabilized at like 15K, more or less. Like, there seems to be like the regulars of being 15K, but I don't like, I'm not of the opinion that is what Sony wants or needs to facilitate a whole company like Bungie. And it's hard to get the numbers of like the employees. Like, it was like 1,600 at one point, then they laid off a bunch, went to 1,200, then they laid off again, went to like 800. So it's likely that Bungie is not going to go away immediately, but it's very likely that they are going to have again their workforce like down to like 400. And, you look, when they first came out, I started looking at all the numbers. When they bought them in 2019, they've made $1.4 billion since 2019 or whatever, like since whenever Sony bought them. But that's basically just the churn rate. Like, that just let the company run. And Destiny, since Marathon has come out, has taken a nosedive as well.
Huge.
Yeah, so now both, Marathon was like at 80K concurrent, and then after Marathon, both of them just went down together. So now it's like, Marathon consumed the players from Marathon from Destiny, and it's just cannibalized it both in a very bad way that doesn't look very good.
Yeah, looking at the charts right now, both Marathon's about 12,000 concurrent players right now, and it's about the same for Destiny 2.
Right.
And you just think about like Bungie, who created the largest media release of all time with Halo 3.
Yeah.
And now this is where we are, where it's number 132 of concurrent players on Steam. Like, that's how low it is right now, And it's just, it hurts, like I mean, I think many of us just really love Bungie games and the Bungie feeling of games. And this is a game that I knew from the free play weekend. I was like, this isn't for me. But man, I hope there's another Destiny or something coming from these guys.
It's brutal.
Yeah, I don't think that they're going to close Bungie down, but I would not be shocked if they shut down Marathon and just said, okay, you guys are now working on something else.
I can't see them shutting down Marathon because now Destiny 2 has the same numbers. And I don't see Destiny 2 getting shut down, but I do see them reducing the workforce in Bungie because it's way too large for what money that's coming in. And like you already saw that they already devalued Bungie, and like a lot of the language that they used was positive for Bungie from Sony. It was like, we still have really good what is the words that they use? We're talking about people playing it, retention.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they say they have really good retention.
Like the people who are playing a lot, you mean?
Exactly right. That 15K people that we see, like that hard line, is what I think that they're referring to. Not the going from 80,000 down to 15,000, but that 15,000 is super sticky. But that was for Marathon, and it seemed like the hardcore from Destiny are like, you look at both of them, and Destiny was at like 70, 80,000 before Marathon came out. And now both of them just imploded. Well, so
that's a weird problem because the reason not a lot of people move from Destiny over to Marathon because there really isn't a big PvP community in Destiny because they stopped updating like PvP for a long time to let that team make Marathon. So the PvP people have been out of Destiny for a while, but when they launched Marathon, they delayed a huge major update for Destiny. So then the people who do the PvE content have nothing to do because there's like no new content. So it's like a really bad situation.
Yeah.
After playing Marathon, it feels like a game that, you keep Destiny churning, content. You have a small team, like whether it be the PvP team or not, make a game that's like $20 or $30. It feels like it's that scale, but it's completely disrupted their entire operation somehow. It's like when I play it, it's like, yeah, what's here is cool, and I'd like to see where it goes, but by no means does it feel like, Destiny 1. Like where, yeah, it was a little rough, but like there's so much cool new stuff in it that you wanted to see where it was going in the future. Like I feel like I've gotten my fill of Marathon, and I don't really care to see more, but then I can't bounce back to Destiny because they don't have anything coming down the pipe.
You say it feels like a $40 game. It cost them $200 to $250 million to make, which is, how does that happen? Where did that money go?
Well, it started as like a hero shooter. It's been like 3 different games allegedly, and then they like finally, settled on a half hero shooter, a half extraction shooter, and I don't know, it's weird because it's such a departure too, because like you'd want to carry your audience with you like they did from Halo to Destiny, and then theoretically you'd want the next franchise to carry forward that user base if you're going to wind down Destiny 2 and not make 3. But then they're like, no, we're going to come completely out of left field and make the hardest of hardcore PvP experience possible, which for the past 4 or 5 years maybe they haven't really been even cultivating a PvP audience in Destiny. So it's like, who is this for?
I don't know.
I see Marathon as even now a game that has a ton of potential, and I haven't played it, right? I'm just going based on like, look at this game, right? Like it looks special.
When you're playing it, it looks really good too.
Yeah.
And the guns feel so good.
Right. And so like, I think of like, I know this is a once in a lifetime opportunity and a Black Swan event, but I think of Fortnite, right? And I think of what Fortnite flopping and what they were able to turn that into. And maybe Bungie doesn't have the staff to pull that off in 2026 like Epic did back then.
Maybe Sony shouldn't have fired everybody.
Maybe. Right?
Sorry, go ahead.
But like, I think that there is room, albeit slight, for Marathon to be a game that they figure something out, they pivot big time, and it becomes something that people want to play. But again, that is a one in a million chance. It's just, I don't want to see this art style, this gunplay. I don't want to see it go to waste, I guess is what I'm feeling.
Yeah. The gunplay feels excellent.
It feels amazing. And so when you start up Marathon, again, I only played it for a couple hours during that free weekend. When you start the game up, there's a full-on cutscene, like a long scene that explains how you got there, right? And it's like this, like warring factions, and it's just like this civil war kind of thing. And I was in it, and I was like, I can't believe that in a PvP style game, there's a story, and it's amazing. And then they're like, okay, forget all that stuff. Now just play this game, right? It's just going to be a loop, like that's what I want to see is a single player experience. Use the same guns, use the same environments, use all those assets. Make us a single player game from that. Charge us $30 or whatever. Call it a DLC. I don't even care.
I would
give me a Halo game.
Yeah,
that would be so fun.
I would love that. And you could connect all the maps together as like a campaign. That'd be so cool.
That would be sick. Yes.
And Sony, that one's free.
No,
and I would say
don't
don't even make it DLC. I would almost say make that the main game and then make the multiplayer free. So like if you just want to play the extraction shooter, that's free to play from now on. If you pay $40, you get the campaign. If you've already paid $40, you get the campaign.
Yeah. So for me, the one thing that I feel like the difference between Fortnite, I'm not saying that it can't happen like a Black Swan event, because when Fortnite happened and PUBG was happening, there was a semblance of games as a service generally, but that was still a burgeoning market. Like that was still like a kind of a new frontier. And there's a large part of me that feels like people are way fatigued on games as a service by and large. And like I got an email from Sony. They're like, hey, do you want to join the playtest for the Horizon thing? And I'm like, nah, like, no, thank you. So it's like, I don't know. There's a part of me that feels like there's that whole baggage on top of this. Not saying that they can't, the campaign idea is a great idea. Going free to play is also a really good idea. Like trying to do whatever you can to like get numbers up, getting people in there. But what do you do with the people that bought the game, right? Like, oh, now they have the campaign,
free microtransactions, that kind of stuff.
Right,
like
but
we've seen it 1,000 times.
Yeah, what like Battleborn did that, right? Like you had to buy it first, and then it became free to play later on. So even though Randy was like, no, it's never going free to play, and like a few days later it did. Yes, I don't know. Like, there's a part of me where I genuinely love Bungie. I'm the hugest Halo fan. And what happened to Halo is like, whatever at this point. So it's just, you see what happened to Halo and you see what's happening to like, what the eventuality of Bungie. And it just breaks my heart.
Well, let us know if your heart is broken in the comments down below.
All right, next up is fair games, though. We got ours.
What's
everyone next up is fair games, guys.
Oh no!
Yeah, fair games gonna.
Yeah,
you guys
fair games too, right?
Yeah,
from Sony. Yeah.
The next
right,
big
right.
Sony Live service. You guys aren't big fair games? Oh, okay.
No, he says knowingly.
Yeah.
Did you see the playtest report?
No.
People just got to
me.
play it.
Please,
And they were like, "It's awful. It's genuinely really bad."
What
and
are
then they
doing?
that was
Remind me what Fair Games is.
like
I'm not
Payday.
connecting the.
It's
but
another.
like Sony's
live.
making
Is
it.
it the one with the $sign for?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, with the
okay.
top
I
sign.
remember now.
That's the one.
It's like their take on Payday, but it's also an extraction shooter and also kind of a hero shooter. They did a playtest like a year ago, and people were like, "Wow, really bad." And then they like spent a year developing it, and then they just did another playtest, and people were like, "Yeah, that's still terrible." So I don't know what's gonna happen to it, because like after the first playtest, the person who was leading the studio left, and now it's like unknown who's leading. So
Yeah,
that's next.
They should give up on this one.
That's after Horizon Hunters Gathering.
Like they're having like, it's really bad. Like this is not great. And then what's the name? Tom Warren was like the PlayStation 5 had like a 74% decline in PS5 sales year over year. And people were like, that's not how it works. And he's like, no, that's exactly how it works. And they were like looking at it like, that's for the quarter. And he's like, yes, year over year for the quarter. That is what it is. So I don't know. It's like, I'm not saying that, but there's a part of it. What was it? Someone actually said it. Who was the CEO previously for PlayStation?
Jim
5?
Ryan.
Yes, Jim Ryan. There was like people they're like, I don't know, man. I feel like Jim Ryan actually was worse than Phil Spencer, and they're like, no, he's worse than Don Matrick. And this is like a battle of like where this guy was. Like, oh man, it's brutal.
ranking the worst executives of all time.
Right. I love
Elizabeth
the idea
Warren,
of going back
Or no.
to when
Sorry.
these guys were actually like doing their stuff, instead of looking back and saying, man, they sucked, but going back and seeing what were people saying about them when they were actually in charge of stuff.
You know, I still felt like a lot of people were saying like negative things to Jim Ryan when he kept on doing gas stuff, and people were like,
Yeah.
no one wants this. Like, what are you doing? Please stop. At least that was from where, like, even during the day, that is what I would say. So I don't want to say that people changed their opinion. They had the same opinion, but I don't think that they compared him to Don Matrick.
Right.
That would never happen.
Did you guys
Although I
hear
will
what he
say,
said about?
in Jim Ryan's defense, the entire industry was going after gas stuff at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What were you saying, Jimmy?
Did you hear what he said about PS1 games?
No.
Oh,
wait,
for, like,
Jim Ryan?
Yeah, for the Gran Turismo anniversary event, they had like every console running every Gran Turismo in like this, museum style setup. And he picked up the controller for like I think the first one on PS1, and he's like, "Why would anyone want to play this? The graphics are so bad."
Oh, terrible.
He said that in an interview. It's like,
Yeah, I do remember this. Yeah, very
Man
tone
does
deaf.
not understand nostalgia.
At all.
Yeah.
yeah, that goes
Speaking of
back a while.
nostalgia, right. Speaking of nostalgia, Starfox had a Nintendo
Oh,
Direct.
yes.
I didn't even know that there was a
Dude, no one
Nintendo
knew.
Direct this week. I was sitting on the couch over there waiting for my wife to come upstairs, and I'm flipping through on my phone, and I see that there's a Nintendo Direct happening right now for Starfox, and I'm like, what the hell? So I put it on the TV, and I watched it, and I was like, okay, I've never played Star Fox 64. I am sold. The game is only $50. I don't love how the characters look, and we can talk about that a little bit. But what do you guys think of Starfox? Are you guys interested in it, Russ?
I like on-rail shooters, and to be clear, Star Fox 64 is a remake of Star Fox on Super Nintendo. So this is a reboot of a reboot. Yeah, it's a reboot.
Yeah.
And so this is
the original Super Nintendo didn't have like tanks and stuff, did it?
Yeah, there were
On the
like
ground?
little ground vehicles that you could shoot and stuff.
No, that you could
Like
drive.
being a tank.
Oh, I don't know. I never got that far in the game.
You can
I have no
drive
idea,
a tank
but-
in Star Fox 64?
Yeah, I think
that's,
so.
That's the Wii U version, isn't it?
Yes, that's the Wii
Yeah, I
U
don't know.
version.
Yes.
Why are we so...
Which is also a reimagining, as far as I remember, of Star Fox.
Okay, well,
Either
Star
way,
Fox has been
yes.
remade many times. I think is Russ's
Yeah.
point.
And I like on-rail shooters. I don't spend enough time on them. Like I've never beat a Star Fox game, like I'll get a couple levels in and I'm like, that's enough, but I'm excited about this one. I think it looks great. Like when you're playing, the gameplay looks great. I don't think the characters look great. Like they're a little bit like wet and shiny looking, like especially Slippy, like he's a little gross, but gameplay wise, yeah, I think it looks pretty cool.
Man, he can't help it. That's just how he is.
I mean,
It's not his
my
fault.
frog.
He's wet and slippy, Russ.
It's
his name
growing
is
on me.
Slippy.
I think I'm weird. I think I like the look of the characters, but only in the portraits. Like in the portraits, they kind of look like an 80s like animatronics, like kind of like a Bucky O'Hare kind of movie or something
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
Chuck E. Cheese kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes. So for some reason, in the portraits, I like it. In the cutscenes, I don't like it at all. It's weird.
It's growing on me. I'm not even joking. Like, I hated it, and then I keep seeing it on Twitter all day, and I was like,
By the
It's
time,
not
hate
growing
it.
on me because here's what I wanted. If you guys remember, about 10 years ago, there was a presentation at E3 where Iwata, Miyamoto, and Reggie Fils-Aimé were puppets, and then they slowly turned into everybody but Slippy. They turned into the characters from Star Fox. Nobody wanted to be wet and slimy, I guess. They turned into those puppets of Star Fox, and all I could think of at the time was, this is what Star Fox characters should look like. They should look like Muppets, essentially. That would be so cool. But instead, they tried to go for this more realistic look, and I just think it falls flat. That said, I'm still going to play the hell out of this game. I can't wait for it. It's going to be super fun. I'm very excited, but I don't like the way that they look.
I'm guessing this is the sentiment online as well. I have not looked, but I'm guessing everybody's a little disturbed by this.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
No?
saw
Yeah,
people
but-
coming around on Twitter today.
All right.
I was like, people are learning that
But-
the freakish, realistic Fox is the way to go.
Listen, by the time it releases, I think you're right. It may have a big fan base.
The price isn't bad. The physical was $50. Like I saw, like Wario
not bad.
tweeted about.
Wait,
That's
does
not-
that
that's
mean
not
that
terrible.
the digital is going to be 40?
I don't know. I only saw that the physical was 50, but I thought it was on sale for 50.
That assumes Nintendo has any consistent pricing strategy whatsoever.
That's true, but they
They
did
price games
say,
on what they think it's worth.
yes, but they did say that moving forward, Nintendo switched to exclusives that are first-party Nintendo games would be $10 more expensive for physical and $10 cheaper for digital. So if it's $50 for the physical, it's got to be $40 for the digital.
It's $10 off on Amazon and Walmart right now.
It's not a
For-
game key card.
No, it's not.
So it's actually got the game.
that
I don't
matters.
care.
So-
I still don't want a physical copy.
Well, let me see. It's $10 off physical Switch 2 pre-orders. Yeah, no, so it's supposed to be 60, but you can get it for 50 right now. So
Okay.
digital would be 50, I suppose, because it's going to be cheaper. But you can buy it right now from Amazon or Walmart for $50 if you pre-order, which is a fine price. Like, it's like, okay, you know what you're getting into. I'm kind of like how Russ is. I've never been super huge on Star Fox. Like, I'll play it for a bit and I'm like, oh, okay, that was nice. And that's enough of that. Like, I just don't want to play any more of it. That happens frequently. I don't think of any like Star Fox game. I'm not the biggest Star Fox fan. I'd say that.
Like I love the first level of all the Star Fox games, and I don't really play anything
Like,
else.
oh, this is cool.
Well, you're going to play it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. When the first Star Fox came out for Super Nintendo with the Super FX, that was like the reason that you got it, was that it was doing 3D on Super Nintendo. And then they had a few different Super FX games that were kind of cool. But yeah, so that's like basically where I am. The one thing which is like what Nate the Hate was saying was that they're going to make a Ocarina of Time remake.
Yeah.
And that is like, so that one I'm more interested in. Like, hopefully they, do whatever they can there. But it would be kind of cool, like, if we're thinking about Star Fox as like this ultra realistic, it would be so sweet if they redid the GameCube Zelda trailer with like, Ganondorf and Link battling, and like, Link throws away his shield and goes to Master two-hander style.
Yeah.
If they can do that and kind of like switch into that, I'm like, oh yeah, that I was robbed of high fidelity, super realistic Link and got Wind Waker, and I would like nothing more than like a hyper realistic, like super DLSS, high realism
DLSS 5?
No. Let's not go crazy.
I should give
DLSS 2.
Link a gun, in my opinion.
Just do it already. We've waited long enough.
Yes.
I have some answers to pressing questions. So Star Fox 64 is in fact considered a reboot or reimagining, not exactly a traditional remake. Star Fox 64 is the introduction of the Landmaster. So Landmaster did not, the tank did not exist before 64. Star Fox Zero, Jimmy, you said it, is considered not a remake, but like a reimagining of the Star Fox 64 storyline. And then there was Star Fox 64 3D on the 3DS, which also you could say just re-released or ported Star Fox 64.
Yeah.
And then there's Command. And then there's the one that was just this game called Dinosaur Planet that they put Star Fox in.
Yes.
Where he's like
Star Fox
running
Adventures,
around
that
instead
was
of
good.
flying.
Yeah. I like Star Fox.
Star Fox Assault. Yeah, I like Assault a lot. That's the other GameCube actual flying one. I like that one too.
That was the one that Rare was making, the Star Fox Adventure, and then Nintendo did something and they pivoted to a different game of that, right?
Yeah, that's
Other-
the
Yeah,
dinosaur
it's supposed to be a
planet.
dinosaur game.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly right.
And then they were like, they looked at it, and there was like the sexy fox girl in it, and then they were like, we can cut her out. And then the guy was like, no, keep the hot fox in the game.
Where can
They literally said that they wanted to increase the sex appeal of Star Fox, so they left her in.
Listen, let's remake that with the Star Fox Switch 2 graphics. Let's do that. It's time.
I like this evil fox, dude. I'm just,
yeah.
he
Why
has,
are you so
he has
wet and
aviators.
slippery, Slippy?
See? That's what we're going for.
Man,
The
I
rabbit
almost
just
said
looks
things.
scared all the time in every shot. The rabbit
does.
looks
I
like
think
he's
he's supposed to be,
scared for
right?
his life.
He's an
I don't know.
old man.
There's like a difference between like cartoon, like, oh, I'm scared, like Scooby Doo, and like this thing looks like it's scared of death right now. It's like it's very dire.
Very dire. Well, let us know. Are you guys picking up Star Fox? I guess it's just called Star Fox now. Are you guys picking that up for the Nintendo Switch 2? Let us know in the comments. And we're going to move on and talk about the games that we've been playing. We're going to start off with Carrie. Carrie, what have you been playing?
I can say that I'm playing it, but I can't tell you about the game.
Okay.
I already tweeted about it. I'm playing Forza Horizon 6. That's all I can say at the moment.
Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I've also been playing Forza Horizon 6.
me too.
I felt like I couldn't say that.
I want to play Forza
Yeah, no, they
Horizon
said you can
6.
tweet about it. Like, that's why a bunch of people are like, I'm playing Forza Horizon 6. Wait for my review on May 14th at 5 a.m. PST.
Yeah, I don't tweet things most of the time, so I probably just glossed over that and said, "Oh, social media. I'm terrible at social media, so who cares?" And I thought Jimmy was when you were like, "I've been playing Forza Horizon 5."
No, I was lying.
Yeah.
I was lying.
He's a liar.
I played Forza Horizon.
They're not going to
6.
watch this.
Yeah, I don't know. Jeff watches my stuff. I'm sorry, Jeff.
Well, we won't
can
talk
say-
about it. We won't
Yeah.
talk about it. It's all
we're not
Carrie's
talking
fault.
about it.
Guys,
Yeah, it's my
Well,
fault.
someone already leaked the entire game by
Blink if
accident.
it's-
Really?
Oh yeah, because they had like recording going on in the background.
Oh,
They
All
sent
right,
an
guys.
email. They're like, turn that off.
Yeah.
I was like,
I was just going
What
to
are we
say,
supposed to blink for, Rich?
blink if it's good, but breathe if it's bad. Oh, man.
I was so afraid to do anything. I didn't know what to do.
Wait for my review on May 14th at 5 a.m. PST.
There we
5
go.
a.m. Who does a 5 a.m.? Come on.
Wait, what is the embargo date?
He just
10.
said it
May,
6 times.
May 14th, 5 a.m.
Sorry,
PST.
I blanked out. I was like, wait, because this is coming out 2 days later, and I'm like, yeah, okay. No, you're.
I got you. I got you.
Yep.
Jimmy, what have you been playing, man?
Are any of you guys into Diablo 4?
Yeah, I
love Diablo
actually
4.
like Diablo 4 a bunch.
Lord of Hatred. Excellent.
It's good.
Big
stuff.
turnaround for me after really not liking Vessel of Hatred. I was like, I don't know about this. But then you boot up that first cutscene, and then there's like people screaming in an ocean, and I was like, I'm in, I'm so in. And then the Crusader, or what is it? Paladin. Paladin is the class I've been waiting for, so I'm taking my time with this story. I really enjoy that. I just beat Ace Combat 4 for the first time on my Steam Deck.
Ooh.
And I really enjoyed it. I was like,
Yeah.
it's hard to find modern story-driven military games, and I'm just like really addicted to those. So I've been going
they're
back.
always multiplayer.
Yeah, and I play a lot of Battlefield 6. I don't know why at this point, but I really enjoy it when I'm playing it. And Forza Horizon 6. I bounce around a lot, and I set up the AYN Thor, and I played through Pokemon Soul Silver. Like while I wait for videos to export, I just beat a couple gyms, and I got the Steam game set up thanks to Russ, which was fun.
Sweet.
So
Nice.
yeah, I'm all over the place.
That's cool. I have a question about Diablo 4. Is Vessel of Hatred? Is that what it's called, or no?
The new one's Lord of Hatred.
Lord of Hatred. Okay. So I was at my barbershop this week, or last, what is today's Friday? Yeah, this week. I was at my barbershop this week, and my barber was talking to me about Diablo 4, and he was like, oh, you got to play it. And I was like, okay, if I pick it up, I didn't buy the last expansion. Do I need the last expansion in order to play this expansion? Like, do they stack?
You
That's
can watch.
exactly the same thing he said.
There's actually like a really good recap of the main story and the last expansion right before the new one that you can skip, but like you could watch it, and then it'll block you from having mercenaries, which for me have not really been all that good, and then it'll block you from the map, which I also personally didn't like. So I don't think you're missing out on anything too crazy, because you get a big new map with Lord of Hatred. But I think there's an addition that it's not any more expensive. It just comes with last year's expansion. So like you get the content, but you can skip it. You can like roll a character that skips both campaigns and then goes right into the new one.
Okay, because I have the main game. I just didn't buy the expansion. And then my second question is, you said Crusader, but then you called it a Paladin.
Yeah.
Are those two different classes? Because I remember Crusader quite a bit.
It plays exactly like the Crusader. But like it's called a Paladin. You have the hammer throw and the holy powers. Like my build right now is every attack I do cast judgment, and then my Captain America shield throw makes every judged enemy explode. So I've been having a lot of fun with that.
Awesome. Have you picked up Diablo 2 remastered?
Yeah, I did Resurrected with the Warlock.
Resurrected, yeah.
I played a Warlock, and I thought that was pretty cool. I missed that because I'm young, I guess. I'm not young, but like I guess compared to you, I'm young. But I missed that one. My first Diablo was Diablo 3. So I hear.
How old were you when you played Diablo 3?
Yesterday?
17. I was in college. I played it on my MacBook Pro with a boot camp Windows 7.
Okay.
Nice. Oh, very cool. Russ, what have you been playing, dude? Oh, sorry. Were you about to say something, Rich?
Just that you can't buy Vessel of Hatred anymore. It comes with.
It comes included. Yeah.
Skip it.
Nice. There you go.
Yes. All right. Russ, what have you been playing, dude?
So I'm still working on Pragmata, a little bit further than last time, but my only it's still a great game. I'm just really taking my time. And I've been busy all week, but because I did 4 videos last week, that's a lot for me. So my youngest son was sitting next to me and watching me play. He's been doing that recently. I talked about it in a previous episode where he was watching me play Halo Infinite, and he was like, "Whoa, Dad, this game's fun." You know what I mean? Like, because I was like doing all the cool stuff. He's watching me play this game, and many times I heard him go, "Oof." like, because I like got hit or something, and he totally saw it coming, and I just didn't hit the right button at the right time, and just his little oof of disappointment was just like it was funny, But anyway, I'm enjoying it. I'm good at that game. Like, not good, but I'm playing on the easier, like, casual difficulty, but I will mess those enemies up, and it feels satisfying, so I really do enjoy that. Even in like the challenge rooms, like the red key rooms and stuff, I'm pretty good, and so I like that feeling. You just got a lot of tools at your disposal, and I like throwing every little thing, a decoy, and then going hitting with a percussion thing or whatever, and just playing around with that stuff is really fun. I'm going to be continuing to play it on my Steam controller. My wife just texted me that it just got delivered at the house, so that'll be nice. And then the other game is Mixtape. So it came out yesterday, and so I just immediately downloaded it. Funny, like, the file size is 11 gigs. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. Like a lightweight game. Maybe I can put it on Game Native, like play it on an Android handheld, that kind of thing, It chugs. It's just not optimized or something. I mean, my living room PC, I was like, all right, let's do 4K 120 hertz. Let's see how this goes, right? It's going at 20 frames per second. Like, it's just struggling. Ooh. And so I'm playing it in a 1440p 60 frames per second. And it's fine. I just played through like the first two major. The chapters are delineated by song, like a mixtape, right? And so like that song's playing as you go through each of these sections and chapters and stuff. Very episodic feeling, very... what was that game that we were playing last year? The one that was a visual novel game. Dispatch? Like Dispatch kind of feeling, where it's like you full on, like, I'm going to sit down and play an episode, And so that's kind of what it feels like. And it's a short game. But yeah, I'm enjoying that $20 game. That's really it so far.
Yeah, I saw somebody was complaining that there's no streamer mode for Mixtape. And they replied basically like, the whole point of the game is the music that we've chosen. Like, the characters are going to talk about the songs that you're listening to while you're playing. Right. And that made me want to buy it, because they were like, it's Smashing Pumpkins, and like, what songs have you heard or like what bands have you heard so far?
First song is like a Devo song, but like a deep cut. Devo. And then there was a Jesus and Mary Chain song too. So they're hitting it with like, kind of nice, deep songs, and all very 80s, 90s. And so, yeah, I'm liking it.
Very cool. Rich, what have you been playing, dude?
So I'm going back to a well that I shouldn't go back to. I know I shouldn't be going back to this well. It is Street Fighter. So when I play Street Fighter, like, it's hard for me to let go. But what happened is I went to see some college buddies this past weekend, and we used to play Street Fighter all the time. And so this was an opportunity not just to play Street Fighter, but to play it with my leverless controller. So I've been using leverless, for just like 2D platformer games, and that's a lot of fun. But I haven't really used it with fighting games. And so like this was basically the entire weekend of just playing fighting games with leverless. So now my proficiency is probably better than it would be with an arcade stick or a D-pad at this point, just after that weekend. So now I'm all in. Now I'm like playing ranked matches, casual matches, and I still suck, but it's a lot of fun.
What are you playing it on?
On PC.
Just like straight up PC?
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Hell yeah.
It's a lot
Jimmy, when he mentioned the leverless thing in our group chat, you were like, what's a leverless controller? And then now you've seen one. That for the audio listeners, Rich just held one up. Are you interested in trying one of those?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to buy one.
What's the like? Do you guys know what the cheapest one is? I think it's the 8BitDo one, right?
Oh, yeah, I love those guys.
Probably those. Yeah.
It's. I think it's $80, and it's really, really nice. It's also super thin. Like that one is really thin. I like it a lot. I have the Swirl, which is a leverless that also hit. It's very cool, but I don't like the thumb balls that you have instead of thumb sticks. They're cool. But it's not comfortable to play that way, and so I ended up just going back to just using the buttons, and I never really used the thumb things for anything. But what's the difference between this and a arcade stick? Like, I've seen those before.
Right.
Well, an arcade stick has a stick. This has no stick.
So this is
just buttons for your
balls for your thumbs. For like
this
the
is buttons for your. Oh, you're talking about his. His has like analog stick things that you can use your thumb for.
Okay.
But the one I have, well, all of them, just replace the arcade stick part of the arcade stick with 4 buttons, which are like WASD, right? So like,
Oh, okay.
you
I get it.
up for, up here, and then 3 buttons, but then there's also up down here by your thumb. So you can either reach up to jump, or you can press jump with your thumbs.
Oh,
like
okay.
a space bar.
Yeah.
I feel like this would be sick for like Tony Hawk or something.
Yeah. So I just looked on Amazon. They're on sale. They have a 8-bit one. It's like kind of NES looking, so it's red and black and stuff. It's on sale for $62 right now. Ooh. And then they have a Xbox one, which actually does work on Xbox, but of course you can also use it for PC. And that one's $65 right now, and it's black with like green around the buttons and stuff. So both are great. We've talked about it before. I'm like left-handed, so I'm not good at this. Like I bought one of these on sale and like got it, and I was like, this is gonna be so cool. I put my hands on it. I'm like, this is terrible. Like it's just like broke my brain the moment I touched it. So I still have it.
I use the leverless as well. And I just prefer stick, like as arcade sticks, and that's still my preference overall, especially like fighters.
Yeah.
I've seen people be good at it, but I don't feel like leverless offers this next level of granularity in terms of fidelity of input that gyro does compared to a right analog stick. Like gyro to right analog stick with your thumb as your main input is like very gross movement, and the fight sticks are just digital inputs, and I can do that just fine with an arcade stick. So I've used one, and I was like getting into it, and I was just like, it wasn't for me. But I know a lot of people that love it.
I want to try it.
Yeah. Oh, you should definitely try it. I would recommend definitely trying it before making a decision on one for everybody.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I will say the thing that I like about a leverless over a fight stick. I like a fight stick if I'm using like on my arcade cabinet. Like that's great.
What are you playing on that?
What
are you playing on your arcade cabinet mostly?
Street Fighter 6 or a bunch of emulation stuff.
So you have, like,
usually
new games.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's an old 1980s Atari Deluxe or not Atari Deluxe, Asteroids Deluxe arcade cabinet, and I gutted it and I threw like a computer in there, and I play modern stuff on it.
I would never leave that room.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time in this room. But when I play a fight stick and it's on my lap, the stick, as you're moving around, I feel like the whole thing moves all the time. But with a leverless, you're just putting your hands down on it. And so you're just pop, 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 and the pad doesn't move.
I'm of two minds on leverless. So one thing that I can see as an absolute win is any special move where you have to hold up or down. I feel like leverless is superior. But then when you have to do like Zangief, like, full on 360 circle.
Yeah, that's really
I don't
hard.
Even like. Yeah, it's like just roll that. I'm like, it's so much easier in my head just
piano.
to do this. Yeah, like then like I like when I have to press buttons to do a circle, that breaks my brain. But
I would say for me, I can execute the 360 better on leverless because you're right. It's just like, imagine on a keyboard, you're just 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's it.
I do that all the time anyway on my leg, and it's really annoying to my wife.
So
yeah,
it took me a long time, but like King in Tekken 3 to do his rolling death cradle, I had to like learn to do that in my head, and I was like, what the hell? Like, how do you even? And then I learned that you can just hold one button and go like around. So then I just was like, I built like muscle memory of it. And that was the only thing. I had to like develop this muscle memory. So I'm sure I could develop muscle memory for a fight stick, but I don't know. I just there's a part of me that's just like, I maybe I'm just too old. That's just what it is. Like, nope. That's why I got to get in gyro now.
Like I said, for me, I needed the full weekend, and we played nothing but that pretty much. So that's what it took me.
You got to be forced to stick with it is the thing. If you have the opportunity to try your comfort, then you're like, well, this is so much better because I've been doing this for 20, 30, 40 years,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like me with Blender. I almost gave up on the first night, and I was like, "No, you idiot! You bought this course for $70. Get your money's worth."
You know what's funny is like there's sometimes I'll go on some like rando like YouTube will show me something that's like actually good for once and I'll watch it and like someone will have like a full on Blender intro like he's like I'm remodeling my house and he's like walking into it and it like folds down and it's all Blenderific and I'm like, man, like that was pretty awesome. I don't know why I'm watching this video. Like, that's where I am. Like, oh,
I learned you can put yourself like you can film yourself on a green screen and then put yourself in as a 2D plane, and then the camera. You move the camera around, and then it'll move your plane to like track with the camera. So I've been messing around with that.
Do you mean like when you play old sprite-based first-person shooters where the enemies are always facing you?
Yep. So you can do that with yourself with the green screen footage. So you can put
there's
sick.
Yeah. So like I just as a quick anecdotal thing is like my buddy the author, he's a super smart guy, but he actually in Blender because he was just like I want to learn Blender. He was like, oh, this is pretty cool. You know, if you have like red, green, and blue and you shine light through it, and he's like moving the camera and it becomes like a white light, and because it's like actually mixing color together, and I'm like, that's insane. Why are you even doing this? He's just like, just having fun. And he's just like doing like rando stuff like that. So, but yeah, Blender is super powerful when you really get to it.
I loaded in the 3D file, like the CAD files for the Steam controller. I got the STL and I loaded it in.
Oh, nice.
It was working fine. I used it as like a 3D reference because I made a low poly Steam controller. But then I had it selected and I went into edit mode, which like shows you all the vertices of the controller. And obviously because it's like something you can 3D print for, there's like a billion vertices, and my computer went to like 1 FPS. I was like, no, go back. It's like, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
Jimmy, when you make your video, you need to put yourself in Blender walking around the Steam controller talking about all of its parts.
Here's the Steam controller that I didn't get early. And I'm not salty about it. Now I'm gonna put myself in like Silent Hill or something.
Oh yeah, that would be actually pretty dope. And then having like
where's my wife?
Was the vertex alignment that PlayStation has, so they get the wobbly.
I know how to do that.
So many of them.
That I found some great tutorials. But yeah, I'll put myself in Silent Hill and be like, oh, she's in my trunk. But yeah, I like Blender.
You've been pumping out some rad stuff on Blender. Not gonna lie, it's been amazing.
It feels like a game. And if you do YouTube, which all of you do. The camera work portion of it is like, oh, I know how to do this because it's like 3-point lighting. You can literally like place lights into a 3D space, and you're like, it's cool.
That's
I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I like
for
it.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't always have to be doing it for a reason. Like I used to just make. You guys ever hear of Bryce 3D?
Of course.
No. I used to.
That's like one of the first Juarez that I ever got.
Yeah,
Juarez.
When in the 90s is when you go to site to download stuff.
Yeah.
Juarez.
Well, I used to have Bryce 3D, and I used to make like these landscapes or whatever, just to mess around with it because it was fun.
Skyboxes.
Yeah, skyboxes. I remember my favorite one that I made. I wish I still had these pictures. Was I made like a pool room, not like billiards. And it had like a pool table, and I had like the chalk thing there, and there was an ashtray and a cigarette, and there's smoke coming off it. I was so proud of myself. I was like, you see this? I could do this for a living. Yeah. And then I didn't.
Real quick, if for like Blender work, there's a YouTuber who I really feel like should be much bigger than he is because he's been around for a while. He's called YouTube channel is Wrestling with Gaming.
Oh, cool.
And he's great.
He does a lot. Yeah, he does a lot of like his last few videos. He's been doing a lot of Blender stuff.
Let me save this right now.
Yeah, so he's like this is about the Game Genie, and he'll have like a complete 3D thing, but really good stuff.
That sounds fun. It's Wrestling with Gaming.
Wrestling with Gaming. Yeah, he's a wrestler as far as I know. Or was a wrestler at some point. Loves wrestling, but yeah, he makes a lot of game documentaries.
Very cool. Well, after you're done checking out Wrestling with Gaming, why don't we find out about these guys' channels before we get out of here? Jimmy, where can everybody find all of your stuff?
Just look for me at Deck Ready, and then you'll find the other stuff. That's where I spend most of my time. So Deck Ready on
Very
YouTube.
Cool. Russ, where's your next? Oh, wait, sorry, Jimmy. What are you? What's your next video? Probably the Steam controller video, right? That was a dumb question.
Yeah. But I did a video on, how The Verge did the math on those shipping containers.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta talk about that because that's interesting. And then I did the Steam frame math because they did it, and it's like it would be 30,000 Steam frames.
Which I came up with about when I did the math for the Steam controller. I said it was my napkin math came out to about 30,000.
Okay.
Which seems too low. It seems like way too low.
Yeah. I mean, that's just like what the Brad found on Twitter. So like, or through his website. So maybe they got other shipment. I don't know. People are like, that's not enough. And I'm like, we don't even know what it is. So don't get upset.
Right.
You're creating a problem to be upset about. Find a reason to be happy for once.
That's right.
For once.
Please.
Agreed. Russ, you're always happy. What are you working on, man? And where can people find it?
So I'm at retrogamecore.com, or not .com, but YouTube channel retrogamecore. I do have a .com too, but CORPS. I've been working on the Steam machine. Valve sent it to me, so I'm playing with that. Just kidding. So I
was like, are you fucking kidding? Sorry, I swore. But like,
that's okay. I was watching Rich, and Rich's eyes went so wide they looked like dinner plates.
I missed something?
That was good.
No, you wouldn't believe how many DMs and like comments I've been getting over the past week when they saw that I got a Steam controller. They're like, "Oh, he must have a Steam machine too." And some of them are like clever. They're like, "Oh, so how are the graphics with this game on the Steam machine right now?" Like things like that. Like they're trying to get.
You're like, I wish I knew. I wish I knew.
I'm actually making a video about the Switch 2. I've been working on it for a couple days now. So I got the MOBA pad, which is like the new controller grips for it. They snap in. It's called the HD12. They are so good. TMR joysticks, full-size joysticks, a nice clicky D-pad, nice clicky face buttons. Honestly, there are like no downsides to this controller. I'm trying to find something that doesn't work well. They've got 2 programmable back buttons on it. You can map macros to it if you want, or just a single button. You
Probably
can use
comfortable
Amiibo
as
on
hell.
They only work
Comfortable
connected,
as heck.
though, right?
HD Rumble. What was that?
They only work connected, though, right? They don't work wireless.
There's a little Bluetooth toggle right here. You can either play it
that's
wired, connected, or you can use it Bluetooth when you have it connected like this too, or just on its own. You obviously can't rotate it to play like you would like a Joy-Con, but who does that? And like it's great.
Freaks.
Like
That's awesome.
really
You gotta
happy with
get-
this. It's about
Russ, you got to get one of these to go with it.
yeah.
This is a little D-brand thing, and the Joy-Cons snap in, and you can hold
I
it
know,
like
that
that.
looks great.
It's so
I ordered that
comfortable.
the day that they announced it. I ordered one. I haven't gotten it yet. I ordered a skin for my Steam controller too, both same order, and haven't gotten them. So I was hoping to put that in this video. I've got a couple other things I can use. I've got a Genki one that's very similar, so I'll use that. But
They have your picture at their office too, so they're like, no ship to this guy.
they are no fans of me. So yeah, that might be part of it. But so that's what I'm working on now. And then I'm trying to get ahead of videos. I think I mentioned it before, but I'm going to Computex next month. So that's in Taiwan. And then I don't know if I've said this already, but I'm going to Shenzhen afterwards. I'm going to China for a week, actually almost 10 days.
Wow,
and I'm going to
that's a long
visit,
time.
I'm going to go see Ambernick. I'm going to go see Retroid, AYN, 8-Bit Dough. I got to talk to Gamester. I might go see them too. So I'm hoping they're all like, "Oh, come to our office." And I'm like, I don't want to go to your office. I want to go to your factory. You know what I mean? Like I want to see the work. And so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, my plan is to see all of them and just make a video about it and that kind of thing. But I need to get ahead of videos because I'm going to be gone for like 2 weeks. So
That's awesome. Rich, do you have any recommendations for us? You're muted, my friend.
You're muted.
My bad. I am still making my way through the Jason Schreier book, Play Nice, the one about Blizzard. That book, there is some good stuff in there. I feel like the writing for me leaves a little bit to be desired, but just the chain of events that happen at Blizzard is kind of crazy. That there's some interesting stuff. If you are at all interested in the history of Blizzard, definitely read that book.
Have you read his Blood, Sweat, and Pixels?
Yep, another one. Yeah, another.
Which one you liking more?
I think I like Blood, Sweat, and Pixels more. I think
I
like
love that book.
The shorter kind of stories about different. Because what was the other one? There was one more.
I don't know. I knew Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, and I knew the Blizzard one, but I didn't read the Blizzard one.
Yeah. So like, I think Bill, I think you'll really like the Blizzard one though. Just given,
I'm a huge Blizzard fan,
exactly,
so I'm going to.
Yeah. So I would say check it out.
All right, Carrie, your next video is going to be you holding up nothing because Valve didn't send you your Steam controller yet?
I'm going to be doing a video on this Ghostbuster trap.
It does kind of look like one, doesn't it?
This is AUStar's newest eGPU, their AO3. So this one I'm going to be looking at. Just doing a quick review. I don't think it's going to take me that long, but it's when I'm a big fan of these only because like, not everyone has it, but when you have a really nice, like especially like the 4090 on this, it becomes almost a desk piece. Like you have it there, and it almost looks nice while in use. And the 4090, even when it's like you have the air coolers on there, they're such thick heat sinks and stuff that even when it's going at full blast, the fans aren't loud.
Yeah,
and that's how I've kept. I've had my other eGPU for Oculink on my desk, but it's not. It has like a big power supply, and the power supply is built in here. And this has like a removable one, so just kind of like a nice little showpiece. I'm looking forward to just using this for a bit. But yeah, this is Oculink and Thunderbolt 5.
For those of you that have been with us for a very
great.
long time, Carrie said Oculink, so you have to drink.
The thing about that one though, so I have that one. I've been testing it too. So I also have the previous one. This new one it's not much more expensive, like $50 I think, compared to the other one, which is crazy because it's Thunderbolt 5. It's about $250, but it doesn't come with an Oculink cable, which is I thought was really unique because I was like, it's an Oculink eGPU, and you're expecting people to buy their cables too. It's the first time I've ever seen that with an eGPU that has that connectivity.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing because Framework now has Oculink stuff,
right?
Oh yeah,
so you can get Oculink on a pretty mainstream laptop, not something that you have to like go and find something from like some boutique place. So you can get they're starting to get more support. So also just Thunderbolt 5 is just pretty awesome.
Yeah. And where can people find that video?
Oh, I'm on the Fox on YouTube.
There you go. Well, I'm Bill, and you've been hanging out with us for the last 2 hours. You could have been anywhere, but you decided to hang out with us, so thank you so much. Make sure that you click on that subscribe button down below. All these guys' channels are going to pop up. You can subscribe to all of them. Make sure that you do. They all put out awesome stuff, and hopefully we will see you on the next episode. Stay right, everybody.
All right.